Yo, what is up? What is up? I gotta make sure I can hear myself. Let's put this down. Come on, say something. Hey, all right. What is up? Let's go. Shoot, what's today? Today's Thursday? Shit, where the fuck have I been? Damn. Yo, your boy been slacking, man. Damn. You know, your boy over here trying to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just kidding. Haven't been up too much, really. Just chilling at the crib. Chilling with the little homie. You know. So, yeah, I mean, not much going on this week. I know I missed a lot of games. Well, I didn't miss them. I haven't talked about the games. That's what I haven't been doing. You know, so your boy been slacking, you know. If you haven't caught, last night I was live with the homie, you know, with the guy Keem, you know, Minor Munir, you know what I'm saying? You know, nobody came through, but listen, the video's up. Y'all can go watch it. It's some funny clips. I gotta edit these videos, man. Like, we got some funny shit. I'm being honest, man. I'm not just saying it just for saying it, but we got some funny shit. Playing 2K with the homie Keem, and his nephew. I'm not even gonna mention his name. There was just a funny. I gotta find that clip. There was a part where, listen, he just mirrors things. You know, that's just a thing now. Like, when you fuck up, you mirrored it. That's pretty much what that means. So if you fuck up, just be like, damn, I fucking mirrored it. You know what I'm saying? Just say that shit. We're gonna make that a thing. Watch. I guarantee you, we'll make that a thing. You know, that shit will be dope. Yeah, I mean, you know, we were on last night playing some 2K. Like, occasionally, that's, you know, depending on, you know, Keem's schedule, that guy's always going out of state, so it's kind of hard to get him on and playing and shit like that. But when he does, and when it's me and him, it's usually we're at it, like, we're back and forth trying to compete and see who's, you know, pretty much who's better than who, because I mean, we already know I'm a better player than he is, but you know, he claims he's better. I'm more the defensive type. He's more like a show off type. Yeah, I don't roll like that. But and then his nephew comes on, whatever, thinks he's the shit as well, but it is what it is. I'm hoping that some of you guys were able to watch some games this week. Hopefully, some entertaining ones. Hopefully, your team got a W this week. I know my team won last night. Of course, you know, gotta talk about the Lakers. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Don't get me wrong. Listen, apparently LeBron's been going off doing his thing. You know, there's been a lot of highlights of him on TikTok, and you know, people just raging or just like, I don't know, just upset about what's been going on. In a sense, like, you know, like, you know, they're supposed to be over here killing it, and they're over here fucking up pretty much at the last quarter. It's crazy. It's crazy how that's happening. You know, you got all this, you know, I mean, listen, it's not that they're not talented. They're just being outplayed. And I really feel like they're just cruising. They're not even, like, why do you want to settle with just, you know, just scoring back and forth. And you know what? Not for nothing, though. I haven't noticed them getting blown out. Like, I see them actually, like, keeping up with who they're playing against back and forth, which is pretty good. And that's without Anthony Davis. So that's got to say something, right? That's got to mean something. Without Anthony Davis, and they're able to pretty much keep it. And, okay, so what if LeBron's taking on the loan? He's supposed to be the greatest of all time, right? So fuck it. I mean, you claim to be the best of the best, right? So it takes the best to take on this squad, a group of guys that you pretty much piece together and lead them to victory, right? So you can't be moping and groping. You can't be bitching and complaining. If you don't like the squad, then do something about it. I mean, that's what I would do, right? If you're not feeling the guys, then you do something about it. Simple as that. But it's just kind of, listen, don't get me wrong. Like I said, he's doing his thing, okay? But to be honest, though, like, how is that professional? You know, like, that's not even professional, bro. Like, you can't show. Like, I get there's emotion, there's passion, there's just energy and stuff like that. But yo, you're a leader, so you lead by example. You motivate. You don't just like, like don't. You gotta motivate your team. You can't just be like, all right, fuck it. Like, just play your game. Obviously, I see you trying to get everybody else involved. All right, great. But you can't put yourself down, and you can't put them down because they're missing their shots. Listen, shooters are going to continue to shoot, so you just got to keep on with the flow. But my thing is, why not get into the momentum? Like, why wait till the fourth quarter to get somebody in the rhythm? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're in a rhythm, there's no way in hell when it comes down to, listen, if the team is keeping up with you and you're on a roll, whatever, that's fine. But yo, why all of a sudden you're gonna need them in the fourth quarter? But they've been playing the game, but they haven't been able to get their shots up. They haven't gotten any rhythm, no momentum. Like, come on, man, let's be real. That's how it goes. It's not like all of a sudden one dude's just gonna hit a fucking shot in the fourth quarter when it really counts. When it really matters the most, when it comes down to clutch time, right? Come on, man. We got it. Come on, it's basketball. I get it. There's 4 quarters. I get it. Not everybody's going to go all out, this and that. But you know what? These young kids that do come in, that are trying to make a name for themselves and try to get a paycheck, they're going to come in here and they're going to do that part. That's what they're going to do. And we can't say that they're not. Because we see it. We see, like, these teams coming up. These teams fucking going out. And they're actually playing. They're playing against every team that they're playing against, they're balling out. And you gotta appreciate that. You gotta support that. And that's the problem with the Lakers. Like, the Lakers, unfortunately, they don't have that young mental player who's just like who wants it more, who's on that grind, who's trying to get a paycheck, who's trying to just go out there and showcase what he's capable of so he could put himself in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? So they traded all those guys. They drafted that rookie who pretty much hit that game winner for them. That dude can shoot. I don't understand why they don't play him more if the scoring is what they need, but I don't know. It's just weird how that works out. But let's get into it. I mean, I want to hear LeBron's post interview. I mean, listen, I can watch the highlight of the game. It's really up to y'all if that's what y'all feeling, but I really want to just get into it. Obviously, I know how I am when it comes to his interviews. I just gotta see how he's feeling after this game. What is he saying? What is he thinking? Even if he does say anything, if he's pointing the finger at anybody or whatever, I mean, it's just funny looking at him now. Let me pull this up. It's just funny looking at him now. Remember that? Okay, so obviously that was probably like weeks ago, right? That they played Orlando Magic and they beat OKC or whatever, right? And then you saw him in the fucking post-interview, shirtless or still with the jersey on. I forgot, but he was just like chilling. Like, yeah, you got a couple wins. All right, big deal, whoop-de-doo. Again, not impressed because of the team that they beat, right? Now look at him. Got the hoodie on, got the hat, I haven't even heard the interview yet. I could just imagine this dude's hiding his face, or his eyes at least, Like, come on, man. Like, obviously you're upset, you're disappointed and stuff like that, but come on, man. I'm just waiting to hear what he got to say, because I'm excited. Because I'm gonna let's see what bullshit he comes up with today. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the bullshit. So let's see what the bullshit is today, because this game was last night. So,
I just thought that.
Did they ask a question?
I just thought that they made shots, we missed shots. They did a good job of attacking their jobs.
Hold on. Before anything, 37 points, 13 for 25 from the field, 8 for 14 from the 3, 13 rebounds. All right. I mean, again, 6 straight 30-point game. Hey man, and that's what it's gonna take. I mean, right? If you're the greatest of all time, you score plus 30, right? I mean, I'm just saying, especially, you're the leader of this team. You're the number one option. So that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. So, anyways.
They did a good job of attacking their, job was spectacular, obviously. Once again versus us.
And they lost to the Grizzlies again. Last time without John and with John now.
Could have won, obviously, but, we learn from our mistakes and get better the next game.
LeBron, there were a ton of different plays in that fourth quarter. On the last one, were you looking for Russ to cut or go back? Or what did you see in that particular one?
Yeah, it looked like Russ was going to go back door at one point, and he back out, and I was already in the air. I had slipped before on my drive, which kind of threw my rhythm off.
Kyle, go ahead. One thing Fizz said was he thought maybe the offense kind of stagnated. Guys were looking around, and guys were also not opting for the easy play, easy pass to make. Where would you say that this team is in its trust-building process in terms of finding each other and making plays for each other?
We watch the film and get better. Just got to continue to get better, continue to work our habits.
Dave, go ahead.
But it didn't necessarily work out between you and Malik on that last play, but how has your two development gone on the court together? You were complimentary of him last night. Fizz says how much you enjoy playing with him. I'm curious how you guys have been able to mesh your games together so far.
Yeah, just trying to continue to help him, learn and have him in the right position. I understand, how gifted he is offensively, and he's on the floor with me a lot of his minutes. So just always trying to put him in the right position where he can, help the ball club, help himself. And, tonight we had some pretty good moments.
Dan, go ahead.
LeBron, there's a certain element of this that with you guys that there are going to be turnovers. Like, it's just sort of, part of the way I think you guys play. But how big of a problem has that been, in your opinion, so far through this season? I apologize for the crying baby, but how big of an issue do you think that's been in kind of keeping you guys from getting, more on track?
Obviously, it's the difference between careless turnovers and attack turnovers, and we got to cut down on our careless turnovers, the ones that's just unforced. We're going to have attack turnover, which is okay. We have a lot of attackers, and we understand that, but, the careless turnovers where literally you just turn the ball over and there's no pressure or there's no reason for it, those are the ones that get us in trouble.
You would think that, after these games or at a certain point, are you not having conversations with, okay, listen, I'm a Westbrook fan. I understand he's turning the ball over. I see a lot of clips of him doing some dumb shit or whatever. But I just don't understand, if something's going on in a game, even during the game, I would definitely mention it. I'll be like, hey, yo, listen, you're doing this. I think you should, y'all would help each other by doing that. Make adjustments, right? But are they not having this conversation? This is what I don't understand. I don't get it. If it continues to happen and nobody's addressing it, or you as a team don't talk about it, what the fuck are you guys doing? That's what I don't get. I don't get that. Like I said, we're pretty much almost halfway through the season, and it's the same bullshit. Okay, listen, you're here now. Before you missed probably already a decent amount of games, right? Towards the beginning of the season, right? Now that you're here, okay, you've been in pretty much almost every game. I would assume so, right? Anthony Davis no longer around. So if like I said, I just don't get how this is not a fixed problem. I get it, the careless turnovers, exactly. But I just don't get, like, this was a thing before, even when you came back and started playing, it was a thing. Why is it not being addressed? This is what I don't understand. Like, what is being talked about in the fucking locker room or during halftime or at practice? Like, what the fuck is going on? To me, it's just like lack of coaching. It's just lack of who's in charge, right? That's how I'm feeling. I'm just saying, if you're in charge, you put your fucking foot down and you be like, yo, motherfuckers, y'all need to pull y'all shit together. I'm over here busting my ass. I'm doing my part. Why can't you guys do y'all part? Like, again, who's going to say shit to you? Nobody's going to say nothing to you. Listen, if someone stands up to you, listen, if they do, kudos to them. They're getting traded, right? If a coach, a trainer, or whatever says some shit to you, they're fired, right? Because they piss you off or disrespect you, whatever, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, it can't. Come on, man. If y'all really trying to win it all, someone's gotta step up and call somebody out. Like, put it out there. Who fucking cares? The media's gonna fucking portray it anyways. So you might as well just fucking do it. I'm not saying come up in here in the fucking interview and be like, call everybody out. No, I'm not saying that. Y'all keep that shit in the locker room. That makes sense. I get it. But I'm just saying, like, it comes to, like, you're a professional NBA basketball player, right? I think they would understand and listen and appreciate that if it came from you or whoever. It doesn't even matter. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm playing alongside somebody and they just continuously just, like, do little, continuously make errors in regards to Westbrook's situation, I get it. But, like, it's a simple conversation. I don't understand. I don't think Westbrook would take it any wrong way and be like, hey, yo, bro, like, you're losing the ball a lot. Like, come on, bro. Like, if anything, just calm the fuck down. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I don't get what is not being conversated in between them. Like, I don't get it. Because they know what the problems is, right? And honestly, like, it's just a lot of ISO. There's no, they probably got one or two plays. And again, it sucks too that they ran all their offense through Anthony Davis pretty much, right? But this is what I don't get. Is like this. It comes down to coaching, man. And I really feel like there's no coach. Frank Vogel has no voice. He has no say in this. To be honest, he has. Listen, they're fucking. Who's interim? Well, not interim coach. I'm just saying who's coach right now. Who's subbing in for Frank Vogel while the COVID shit. He was I forgot what game it was, but he's drawing up a play, and actually it was against the Nets. I think it was against the Nets. Yeah, it was Christmas. It was against the Nets, right? Fizdale is over here on the fucking on the clipboard drawing up a play, right? You know what LeBron is doing? LeBron is doing this. This is what he's doing. This is a perfect example of why I'm telling you there's no coach. There's no coach. And guess what the play was? Whatever fucking Fizdale drew up, like I said, LeBron was in fucking La La Land. And guess what happened? Fucking LeBron pulls a fucking three in the corner and no ball movement. No ball movement. It was just given to him and that was it. And they needed a three. But I'm just saying, like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, if you're such a great player, so smart, I get it. You have such a high IQ, but what makes you think that was a great shot? Like, you got to move the ball. It's just that simple, but you did that bullshit. And that's the shit that pisses me off. And this is the shit that pisses, like, other coaches. It has to, because I feel like I'm a coach, and I feel like that's disrespectful. And then when you got younger kids who feel like they're the shit, they're gonna do the exact same thing. But guess what? In order to run plays and be successful, you need somebody to lead you in the direction so you can become successful, right? So let the coach do their fucking job. You know what I'm saying? But of course, coaches don't speak up or say shit, or maybe they have, but hey, Frank Vogel ain't saying shit to him. Fizdale ain't saying shit to him. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what's going to happen? They get fired. I don't even care if I got fired. By saying something that's going to make the team win? Like, come on, man. It's not you. It's not just you.
Bill, go ahead.
Hey, LeBron, happy birthday, almost.
Happy
You know, there's been a lot of talk,
think today's his
a lot of
birthday,
talk
too.
about
Oh,
what you are able to do at your age. And I'm just wondering, has there been anybody...
Hold on. I gotta... shit, that's funny. Wait, where the... Hold up. Wait a minute. My bad, people. Hold up. I gotta change something. I forgot it was his birthday. Right? It's today, right? I think it is. Yep. Damn, motherfucker's 30-0. I wish I could put a thumbs down. I can't do that, can I? All right, cool. All right, I just had to do that. Don't mind me. I'm just being an asshole.
Any other player, either a contemporary of yours or from history, that you either studied or paid close attention to how they evolved and adapted as they got into their late 30s and beyond?
No, absolutely not. I've always respected, the generation that came before me, and I've always, saluted the guys that set the stones for us to be here today. But I've never studied anybody's game and throughout their career on, what I can implement to myself. I've always had my own path and my own determination, my own grind. I literally, put in the work, every day, either from a physical or mental or spiritual part. The game is always running through my veins, and I'm thinking about ways I can continue to improve my game throughout my later stage of my career. So that's what it's about.
LeBron, Evan Barnes, Commercial Appeal. You mentioned Ja being spectacular, but just from what you've seen, obviously in the first game, facing him to now, just how would you evaluate how much he's grown just over from year 2 now to year 3?
Well, obviously, the more games you play, the more minutes you log. When you're a special talent, you will continue to get better. You understand how defenses play you. You'll understand how you can, penetrate defenses, how you can keep defense off balance, and when you shoot the ball as well as he did tonight from the perimeter, with his speed and his athleticism, it's going to be hard to contain a guy like that, because he can, when he's doing the whole 3 levels of scoring, there's nothing you can do. He has you at his bay.
You saw him 2 years ago here when he kind of had a big game against you guys here. Just the level of growth in that regard, is it just a matter of, like you said, just the game kind of slowing down, or just a matter of, hey, you've seen Ja kind of take those steps to where now he's approaching a different level?
It just all depends who you are. We all have the same opportunity to get better every single day in this league. Literally all we do is travel, play ball, and travel and play ball. If you don't get better in this league, then you don't want it for yourself. So obviously we see how determined he is, and his game is speaking for it. It's literally that simple.
LeBron and Russ. This is Wednesday.
Oh my God, yo. 12 assists, 10 rebounds, 16 points, 40 minutes. 7 for 16. A little bit under, 50%. He keeps saying log in minutes. My fucking thing is, bro, again, how many games have y'all played? What's that? 9-7, 36? Y'all played 36 games. You know what I'm saying? like, yo, these again, like they're like again we're almost halfway through the season, okay, and they're just like nonchalant about this. Like, I think, like, why? Like, the Grizzlies, they beat you. That team should not beat you. And they didn't have John Morant. How many y'all lost? Oh, y'all won one, but y'all lost 6 of the last 7 games. Yo, I'm just saying, like, how can you be like, okay, I don't get it. You keep saying login minutes that y'all need to play together. Y'all travel, y'all play. Exactly. So what the fuck are you guys doing traveling? Are you guys not talking on the plane? Are you guys flying individually? I mean, it's crazy because you even said it. I mean, listen, I think those are good numbers. I mean, for you, I think that's just what you should be normally doing anyways, right? But my thing is, though, why is it that you guys have to come in clutch at the end of the game? My shit is, what's going on throughout the game? Like, I get it. All teams are competitive. I get it. But you know what? When you think about, honestly, when I think about the Grizzlies, I don't think about, I think about John Morant, Jackson. I mean, they got quality. I think they got good players. Don't get me wrong. They got good role players as well. Right? But I'm just saying, though, like, you have to win. Right? You can't be losing these games. Like, yo, if I look here and I look at y'all schedule, I'm going to look at it right now. If I look at the schedule, okay. All right. So, right here. Memphis is, of course, y'all. I mean, come on. Again, 132 to 123 against the Houston Rockets? What? Yo, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. The Nets, I get. But then again, the Nets didn't even have Kevin Durant, yo. And no Kyrie Irving still. And it was James Harden and Patty Mills. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, no disrespect to Patty Mills. Patty Mills is... That dude could ball, man. If y'all watched him play in the Olympics, that dude could ball. Y'all lost to San Antonio. What? How do you guys lose to San Antonio? Phoenix Suns, I get it. The Bulls, I get it. Minnesota, I don't get it. I think Karl Anthony Towns had a game. And your leading scorer was fucking Isaiah Thomas? No way. What? Oh, my God. I can't. Yo, come on, man. This can't be right. Like, yo, come on, man. Again, y'all beat Dallas in overtime, and the rookie hit the shot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, again, these are all, y'all losing to close-ass games and winning close-ass games. This is luck. Man. This is pure luck. Y'all beat Orlando and OKC. Whoop-de-doo. So, yeah. So, it was December 15th. So, 15 days ago, probably when I made that video, or maybe the day after that, the 16th, I think it was. But, yo, come on, man. Like, yo, I'm telling you right now, like, listen, this should be, y'all should have, y'all lost to that, again, okay, y'all beat the Grizzlies, okay. I feel like the Grizzlies beat them too, though. Yeah, right here. See, right here, they lost to them. So they played them 3 times already? Wow. I'm just saying, this is 104-9. Listen, this, if they would have lost to the Rockets, that would have been crazy. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that they beat the Rockets, because the fact that they were able to score 123 points against you guys, that's horrible. That is horrible. And all these teams are just like over 100. They're scoring over 100 on you guys. 122, 138. The fucking Spurs dropped 138. Phoenix, we know. Chicago, we know. Minnesota, 110. I mean, yo, 108. 102, 119. Like, yo, all these teams are going. Look at this. It's the Sacramento Kings. Y'all lost in 3 overtimes. I mean, I know that one, but I get why that's a high score game. But I'm just saying, man, like, what the fuck, man? Look, they play Portland tomorrow. They gotta win, man. Look, they won 1, and that doesn't even count as a W. That doesn't even count as a W to me, man. Y'all beat the worst team in the league, I think. Y'all cannot be happy about that shit at all. This shit's ridiculous, man. This shit's ridiculous. Like, and to see where they're at in the standings, though, it's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Look at this. Look at this. Like, yo, y'all play against Dallas. Y'all could lose to Dallas. That's the crazy part. Y'all could lose to Dallas. Okay? Y'all need to be the fuck up here, man. At least, man. At least. But even with that, yo, they're getting out the first round, man. I honestly, even if they were to be a 6 seed, they're playing Utah. They're not beating Utah. You put them 5th seed, they're playing the Grizzlies. They're not beating the Grizzlies. I mean, I don't know why they can't be the Grizzlies, but Grizzlies, hey, they're doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. That's just crazy, right? That's just crazy. Oh, the Kings are doing better than the Blazers? What? Since when? Yeah, look at Rockets right here. Rockets right there. Very bottom. Oh, no, they're not the worst. Are you sure? Really? They should be the worst. Yeah, I think they are. Fuck. They got 10 games, so the Pistons and the Magic are worse than the Rockets right now. That's crazy. But I don't get it, man. I don't get how, like, you're not saying anything, you're not doing, like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. All right, see what Westbrook had to say with them glasses on.
Learn to cut.
I just don't get it, man. I would be so mad. I'll be pissed. I'll be in the interview just like not talking shit, but y'all could tell that I'm just pissed. Y'all could tell. All right, come on.
The free throw discrepancy, or really just, I guess, the difference in fouls. When you see something going like that happening in a game, is there something you can do to try to turn that at some point?
No, just keep playing.
What did you think the difference was, Russ, in the fourth quarter compared to how you guys played to get the lead up to where it was?
Just our ball movement. Just play different. 2 fourth quarters in Houston and tonight, just different. The way we played, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Russ, there have been times this year
Something's
where
not being
after
said
games
here,
you guys have talked to us
There's
and
no
you told
way
us, like,
just like this.
you know, we've seen
in
it
an
in
interview
spurts, we've
after
seen it in stretches.
losing
It seemed like tonight,
this
like,
amount of games.
the stretches, at least up until late in the third quarter, were really long and really good. How frustrating is it to see it kind of fall apart as quickly as it did? The way it happened tonight, it seemed like you guys kind of had a pretty good rhythm for most of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nobody likes to lose.
Kyle? Russ, we had news and the league say tonight that this team needs to kind of trust the open man and do a better job. Where is this team at in terms of building trust and finding guys like that?
You know, I think we're getting there.
That's it, Westbrook. Come on, man. No way. We're getting there. That's it.
You guys finished it.
Oh my God.
The way you started, but you did try out another starting lineup, so now that's 20. I think in 35 games. You just put in the words what that shuffle has been like. constantly tweaking the rotation for a variety of reasons?
Yeah, just you gotta figure it out. That's it. Simple as that. Ain't really nothing you can say about it but that.
All right, Bill.
Ross, it was third straight triple double for you. Ron scored 30.
Yo,
Gordon
he's
sixth
not
straight.
saying anything.
So you guys are obviously
You know this dude's mad, though.
your part, but where are you guys not getting enough contribution, or where are you guys not getting enough to
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Dan?
Russ, you said that the approach in the fourth quarter was really different. What were the big differences? I think I saw no free throw attempts. Half your shots were threes tonight in the fourth. Do you think you guys weren't attacking as much? What was the big difference between this fourth quarter and these?
I mean, you can watch the tail of the two and see where our shots come from. And I'm not much in the paint, some in the paint, but just how long it takes to get rhythm shots, whether they were. But it's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter now at this point. Just gotta get ready for the next one and do a better job of executing, especially in the fourth.
The last two, we'll start with the lane on Zoom.
I mean, that's what matters, right? Before quarter.
Hi, was wondering what kind of reaction did you have? You see John Morant really just take over the game in the fourth quarter. When you see something like that, what kind of reaction do you have as you're playing against him on the floor?
I have no reaction.
No reaction at all to him.
That's what I said.
Do you believe he's an all-star?
You said what?
Do you believe he's an all-star?
I think he was playing like that before he got hurt, and it's working his way back. I'm not sure, based on games missed or whatever, but he's been playing well for their team, and he's getting his rhythm back now.
Last question here.
President Marshall Hill, when you see a player like Ja just obviously taking the leap forward and growing, just do you see kind of just a respect for just how a young player like him is able just to kind of raise his game and continue to grow a little bit?
Yeah, it's good. Each year you want to be able to come back better in this league, and this year he came back better, and he's figuring it out, and that's going to be good, especially for the Grizzlies in the future.
LeBron James is 5.
LeBron, unfortunately, the Lakers are 1-5 in those games. He's now speaking with the media.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's obvious he's mad, but the dude was just want to answer questions, and that's it. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Because I don't know. I'm really like lost of words right now, because I just don't understand how you lost the game and you're just not in it. Like you're just like, I don't know, you're just not there. I mean, I get that you lost. I get that, you have all these emotions, stuff like that, but it's like speak up, say something, man. Like you're just there because you have to be there. You have to answer these questions. You got to say something, right? I get it. But like, I just don't understand how you're just like not saying shit, to be honest. I want to hear. Listen, I know I'm probably. I mean, it's on YouTube, so I can't get in trouble. It's on YouTube watching videos, right?
Last night, as the Grizzlies put away the Lakers 104-99 at home, the Lakers seemed like they had it all under control, up 13 late in the third, but then Ja went into sicko mode, scoring 16 of his 41 points starting late in the third quarter through the final buzzer, igniting a 37-19 push by Memphis to finish things off. Now, the loss for LA was their 6th in their last 7 games, large in point to the 41 performance by Ja Morant, who became the first player, by the way, with consecutive 40-point games against a LeBron-led team within a single season. Despite the loss, LeBron recorded his 6th straight 30-point game, becoming the oldest player in NBA history with 8 made three-pointers in a single contest. You know what I love about LeBron? He's got records for being the youngest player for things, the oldest player for things. He's got a lot of range. Okay, so Perk, let's start with you here. Do you believe the Lakers' biggest issue is still their health?
You know what? No, because look, everybody is dealing with the same problems right now, whether it's injuries, whether it's guys entering COVID protocols. And at the end of the day, here's the thing. The Lakers have had, throughout this whole entire season, 2 of their big 3 on the floor at all times. So they have 0 excuses. We're talking about last night, and even without Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook and LeBron James are still 2 of the top 20 players in the NBA today. So they have 0 excuses why they're losing games, especially the one that they lost last night. I get it. They beat the Houston Rockets. Everybody has beat the Houston Rockets. Hell, me, you, Monica, we can lace up Big Woody, even Acho, who's sitting up there. We probably have a chance of beating the Rockets. But when it comes down to the Lakers, it's the careless turnovers at the end, the unforced turnovers, just not being on time on one of course. And here it is, they haven't really beat one quality team yet.
Perk, I hear you, and that is pretty funny. I'm glad you put some perspective on beating the Rockets because I think people were getting a little confused on that one. However, I do think that their biggest issue is still health. You said it yourself, Perk. This is a team that, when healthy, has 6 future Hall of Famers. And you said if they don't get to the Western Conference Finals, or excuse me, you said if they don't win a championship, it's a failure of an experiment. If this group can get healthy, I personally still don't think they come out of the West, but I do think that they are a far better team than what we've seen as of late. In particular, in last night's matchup, and I'm not talking about the COVID piece, because you're right, everybody is dealing with that. I do think Anthony Davis makes a difference in this ballgame. It may have been closer. I think Steven Adams obviously draws the responsibility of defending AD. But in terms of the health of one of their keys of the big 3 and the guy that everybody said had to be the leader for this squad because he's the youngest and has the most upside left in his career, is Anthony Davis. And so I do give some credence when LeBron says that we haven't had an opportunity to garner any real chemistry and continuity because of the COVID issues and the health issues on this squad. I'm not saying that it's an excuse, but I think if they can get healthy around the All-Star break and go on a little bit of a run, it will be a team that resembles more of what the expectation was as opposed to this team that got us all looking like, what is going on?
No. The Memphis Grizzlies beat the Lakers a couple weeks ago, and they had their big 3. They went down to Memphis and got smacked up. So here's the thing when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, right? I always say it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I'm looking at how they're losing games. Like, okay, Carmelo Anthony has been available throughout the entire season. Carmelo Anthony is one of those guys that I talk about as being a future Hall of Famer that the Lakers are going to have, right? So we already know that Melo is good at doing what? He's a walking bucket. But on the defensive side of things, he's a liability, and guys pick on him in the pick and roll. I don't know if Melo's footwork and lateral movement is going to get better throughout the course of the season. This might be just who he is. So when I'm looking at the Lakers and I'm looking at what they have to do, I'm looking at some games they have to move LeBron James to the 5. Do you think if LeBron James had to match up, if they matched up with the Utah Jazz, for example, LeBron James had to go down there for an entire game series and battle with Rudy Gobert down there in the paint, you think he will be able to sustain that? I'm not doubting him, but it would just put a lot of pressure on LeBron James. So when I'm looking at the Lakers, again, Monica, I'm going to tell you this. The entire season, they have had 2 out of their 3 big 3 has been available for them throughout this whole season. They have 0 excuses to be 2 games under 500.
Well, Kendrick, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you that if LeBron has to go to the 5, it's a tough day of work versus a team like the Utah Jazz. But I do not believe that this team has shown us everything that they can be. I think this team healthy will be better. Do I think that they are the Western Conference champs? No. And I 100% agree with you. The Memphis Grizzlies, baby, have arrived in fine fashion.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is the Lakers' expectations this season?
Win a
What
championship.
is their expectations?
To win a championship.
For me personally, I just expected them to be a playoff team.
No, not for you. I said, what are the Lakers' expectations?
It's championship.
It is obviously a unit that was put together to go get a ring.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you feel like they're going to go get a ring?
Nope.
No, I don't.
I don't even,
okay, so
I don't think
so
they
you
make the
just answered
playoffs.
my question. What are we even talking about? Because for the simple fact, if they're healthy, no, because if they're healthy, then the expectations for them is for them to go win a championship. Not to say, oh, they're going to make some noise throughout the playoffs or actually reach the conference finals. No, if they're healthy, they're supposed to go win a championship. And you and I both know, Monica, we're both right there in the thick of things. Two people that watch basketball all day long, that the Lakers are not winning no championship with this Lakers team constructed, even if they are here.
He's
Thanks
not
for
wrong.
watching
Yo.
ESPN on YouTube.
He's not wrong. This is exactly what I'm saying. That, yo, the expectation was that this was supposed to be the team that can possibly make it to the finals, right? It was all talks about the Lakers versus the Nets at the finals, right? Watching this team, that was the expectation. Watching this team, ain't no way they're gonna make the fucking finals, right? And then listen, right now they're between the 6th and the 7th. Right now they're 7th. They're in the play-in tournament, right? Yo, listen, I get it in the playoffs or the play-in tournament or the pre-playoffs, whatever you want to call it. I understand these motherfuckers are gonna go off, but it's not. They can't even listen. They have to win one game, right? They have to win one game in the play-in tournament, and that's it depends on where they even gonna fucking land. Because if they're here, if they play all right, let's say they're 7th, right? They just need to win this game, right? If they win, boom. If they lose, they have to play again against the winner of this matchup. So they got to play again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid. That is stupid. So why put yourself in that position? Like, get your ass up here, right? I mean, listen, this is the best that they're probably gonna do. Is succeed. I don't see them going up from there. I mean, listen, they're only a game, 2 games behind, maybe, right? A game and a half behind 5th seed. All right. So if they're 5 or 6, okay, but still though, like how. I don't know. I don't get this. I don't see the strategy here. Like, you know, there's some teams that'll probably do this on purpose. Like, they'll try to put themselves in a situation where, you know, they don't have to. They can get out of the first and second round and make it to the conference finals. But I don't see the play in that, right? Because if you're a 7th seed, you're playing. Listen, you don't want to face the Warriors and you don't want to face the Suns. In the second round, you're going to have to face one of them, I believe. Right? So, it just doesn't make any sense. Right? So, if you're the 6th seed, right, you played Utah. You're not even going to beat Utah. Okay? Utah is that's a full team. That team is complete. You know? And this is a complete team that's played for years together. Nothing's changed. They just keep adding. And the players keep staying. So just imagine, again, if they're 6th seed, they're playing against Utah, which they're not going to be. 5th seed, they're playing the Grizzlies, who they just lost to. They lost twice already to them. They beat them once. All right? And this is a young team that plays, that scores, and they play defense. Y'all not going to beat them. There's no beating them. There's no beating them. So you know what? Honestly, you match up. I think the Clippers are probably the only option that I feel like they can possibly win that matchup. Other than that, they're not beating the Warriors. They're not beating the Suns. They're not beating the Jazz. They're not beating Grizzlies. They're not beating the Nuggets. Clippers is probably the only team here that they could beat. maybe even Dallas. But you know what? If Luka and Porzingis can figure this shit out, and then their role players can do their part, you know what? The Lakers ain't beating them either. So you know what? It doesn't even matter. Even if they were, let's just say they were 6, they beat Utah. They're playing who they're playing. They play. They're playing this matchup, the 2-7. Right? So obviously the Suns will win that matchup, whoever they play, right? Then the second round is the Suns and the Lakers. Again, like I said, they're not being the Suns. They're not being. I'm telling you, man, this team is not even. If they stay here, okay, I even have doubts that they'll even win in the play-in tournament. But I just don't see it. You could tell by looking at their body language, their energy, even during the interview. It's whack. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, man. It's so bad, yo. It's just disappointing too, because it's like Melo's on a 1-year contract with these guys, and I thought this was gonna be it, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be it. So 9
double-digit leads this year. So what's the biggest reason for these collapses?
They're old. All right, they're old. And remember all the jokes and all the memes about, oh, the Lakers are putting together the 2013 All-Star team, all that stuff. You know what? It was true. LeBron got mad, said, please keep that same energy. It was true. All right, and you can, when you're older, you have a harder time maintaining or sustaining a high level of play. If the games were 20 or 30 minutes long, maybe they'd be okay. But they have trouble sustaining a high level of play. So even in the midst of games, you see them, they look great for a while. Moving the ball, Russ and LeBron look like they're on the same page, they're guarding. And then 9 minutes later, they look terrible because they can't sustain it because they're old. We've seen teams, look, remember when they brought Barkley, Olajuwon, and Drexler together in Houston as they were older? Didn't do nearly what we thought they would. Then they threw in Pippen, and it was the same problem. Remember when Shaq and Kobe, who were young, added Karl Malone and Gary Payton? Yeah, they got to the finals, but they didn't win it. That age.
But they still made it.
You can look at the Lakers' issues. Turnovers. All right, now granted, Russ makes a lot of turnovers in general. But his turnover rate now is the highest it's ever been. All right, I think some of that is age and him not being quite as athletic, losing just a smidgen of his athleticism, and so he's trying to play faster, and he's got to think more because he doesn't have as much athleticism, so he's making some bad plays. Then their inability to stay in front of people, that obviously is a problem that's due to age.
Everybody's getting by.
And that is hurting them in these teams making these comebacks. So I think a lot of their problems, you can blame Russ, and there's blame there for sure. You can blame AD being hurt. That is a factor, but their age, Melo, Dwight, even Avery Bradley is older. Wayne Ellington, obviously LeBron. Their age is a problem, and that's why I think teams are coming back on it.
I agree with everything you said, and that's what I was telling Skip. First of all, they turned the ball over too much, and when you turn the ball over and you're an older team, you can't sit in front of anybody. So what do? They grab, they clutch, they hold, and they send the team to the free throw line 29 times when you only got to the line 8 times. And because they're younger, they can slide, they can rotate multiple times. If a team swings the ball at least twice, they're going to get a wide open 3 or they're going to get a layup. Lakers just can't recover. It's as simple as that. And you're asking guys, Chris, you mentioned it. You said guys, Carmelo is older and this guy's older. But a lot of times we're asking guys that's never played defense. When has Carmelo ever been asked to play defense? And now you want him to play defense and you're 19? Wayne Ellington has never been asked to play defense. Wayne Ellington is a shooter. That's what he is. THT has turned into a fouling turnover machine. He's always turned the ball over because, but now it's just gotten out of hand. Russ, the shots, Chris, Skip and I was talking, I've never seen an NBA player miss more dunks and layups than Russ. I mean, I'm talking about point blank at the rim. He's trying these left-handed shots at the rim, blowing them. He missed layup. Right down the middle. Would have made it a 1-point game with about a minute left in the ball game. Changes the complexion of the ball game. Instead of being down 3, you're down 1. They're old. LeBron can't stay. LeBron is playing great, but he can only play great for first quarter. Minimize, says, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna try to get everybody that's involved in the second quarter. I'm just gonna try to hold on. He came out great last night. The third quarter played great, and then the fourth quarter, you cannot play. He's playing the second most minutes in the NBA behind Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet probably 27, 28. LeBron's 37. There's no way he was. I don't care what anybody says. The Lakers did not anticipate LeBron James on a Wednesday night in Memphis playing 38 minutes, playing 40 minutes the night before. He's playing entirely too many minutes. Yeah, Chris, even you will attest to this. You had no idea LeBron was going to be playing this great in year 19. The problem is his supporting cast aren't offering him very much. I can't count on Melo to give me consistent play. I can't count on Russ to give me consistent play. AD has been in and out of the lineup, and when AD was in the lineup, everything across the board for AD is down. 3-point, free throw, field goal percentage, points, all that's down. So he wasn't playing great before he got hurt. LeBron has been the consistent. And if he leaves the court, whatever the lead is when he left the court, I guarantee you when he comes back on the court, that lead is not going to be what it was when he left the court. To make a long story short, and I'm sorry, guys, for being long-winded, they're an old, bad team.
So you're saying LeBron is playing old great, right? No, old great.
See, Skip, if I give you 37, the difference was Ja gave you 41, but Bane gave you 20. Jackson gave you 15. And the rebounding. What Melo gave you Melo missed. Look at what they role players gave you.
Okay, but what did Ja give you in the fourth quarter? He only played the last 7.5 minutes. LeBron played the whole fourth quarter, all 12 minutes. But Ja came in and played 7:30 of the fourth quarter. And what happened in the fourth quarter? Well, he happened. He scored 11 points in 7 minutes, right?
Yes.
Did he close the game for them? Yes, he did.
Right.
Okay, so what have I seen so far? I've seen 6 straight games of LeBron James scoring 30-plus points a game. That's astonishing in year 19.
Right.
They're 1-5 in those 6 games. 9 times this year, LeBron's Lakers, he hasn't been there every time, but 9 times they have blown double-digit leads. They don't have a closer. Who was the closest thing, ironically, to a closer that they've had all year? It's an undrafted rookie out of Oklahoma.
The man made one shot. You were talking about he closed. He made one
remember
shot.
how many games in a row he started playing the whole fourth quarter?
Skip, he made one shot.
Because he can close on both ends. He was giving them energy on both ends. He was stealing the ball on the other end.
And I'm not the only one.
Problems on the other end because he's got young legs and he's not afraid of anybody. And he played all the fourth quarter and all the.
This is exactly what I've been saying, listen, I get it. Listen, you can have the group of guys, but you also gotta have guys that come off the bench that give you that energy, that like he just said, the young legs, who's well rested, who's just been chilling, who wants to play. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just about. Listen, It's not that I'm saying that these guys can't fucking pull it off. It's not that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that they gave up their young legs to bring in Anthony Davis. Okay? All right? All their young legs are off and doing their thing for their teams. Julius Randle doing his thing in New York. Well, he did last year. This year is kind of, but he's still talented. Still a young dude, right? Lonzo Ball, Chicago, doing his thing, right? Alex Caruso, same place, doing his thing. Fucking Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Jordan Clarkson in Utah. I'm just saying, those guys are they're playing ball. And this is exactly what Skip is saying is like, this is what they're lacking. They need that. They need these young they need a couple young players. I know we're waiting on Chris Nunn, but I'm just saying, like, the dude's not playing, so how much of an impact is he really gonna fucking have? I'm just saying, yeah, they need to get some young guys.
Overtime at Dallas, and when push came to shove, he made the shot.
Let me ask you a question then. If that's the case, why wasn't he doing that when LeBron wasn't there? Why wasn't he closing when LeBron was out?
Because they didn't know yet.
They did know, Skip. He was starting from day one.
Undrafted.
Okay, but he was in game one. He was on the Chris. Was he not on the floor against Golden State game one? Was he not on the floor all those times when LeBron went out? Why wasn't he closing when LeBron out? When they had those 26-point and that 19-point lead against OKC, why did he close?
He's the only one I trust on the whole team.
Well, he should have closed that deal.
Okay,
I mean,
get back to your man LeBron James.
So he's, I mean, like, I get it. It's like, okay, so how do you guys blow a lead, right? Why is he not in the game if they have so much confidence in him?
He's never been a closer, and he's not a closer now. Well, he's just not, because last night was a classic case. When you have a 14-point lead with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, you got to close that deal against a team that did not have its best defender, Dylan Brooks, who is a perimeter. He can guard LeBron and bother LeBron more than Kyle Anderson can bother LeBron James. So what happened? LeBron had a hot hand, hottest I've ever seen him from three, made 8 of 14, and he made his last one with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left, right?
Yep.
And that cut it to 3 points. And then what happened over the last 2:48? Nothing happened. LeBron didn't happen. He had 2 3-pointers to tie. Well, those are the ones you got to make. You got to make one of those two.
Just to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. So Kevin Durant has never blown a 14-point lead.
I don't care. We're talking about LeBron
But
James.
I'm saying, but see, what you try to do is, well, LeBron's not a closer. So in other words, no other great player has lost the lead.
Somebody's got to close this game. And I'm going to give you, I gave you a break to start the show. Maybe he just runs out of gas. He hits the physical wall where he just so tired-legged that he's dead-legged down the stretch of these games, because he played the whole fourth quarter. He played all 12 minutes.
Right.
And maybe he's just, even on that, if we could see the last play again, it looked like he's just running out of gas to me, where he stumbled into the dribble.
No, he just slipped.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's just, okay, so it's to Malik Monk, and he's got nothing. LeBron couldn't create a three, so he tries to drive, he slips, he falls, he goes up with no plan. He thinks Russ might cut to the basket. You can't trust Russ to do anything. He is wildly unpredictable. They have little to no chemistry in that moment, because you got to trust. You got to know. You got to vibe. You got to feel each other. And again, the pass was to the corner, and do you want him taking a three to? Okay, I guess you do, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Skip. The last game, if you remember, Chris, you remember the last game before Kevin Durant got left? Patty Mills sent the game to overtime, right? Because your role players, at some point in time, you see the fourth quarter, Patty Mills had 14 points.
What did I tell you after that game? I will take Patty Mills over Russell Westbrook any day or any night, because he's a closer. He's clutch.
He's a
a
shooter.
winning, intangible
But that's my
player.
point.
I got it.
Is that your role players got to play a role, right, Chris?
Yeah. And Skip, first of all, you're wildly overrating Austin Reeves. I mean,
Well, I'm saying it's come to this for your Lakers. He's playing every fourth quarter and every overtime, playing every minute, because Frankie V loves him, because he gives you fresh legs. It's what you guys are saying. He's not old.
Right.
He's the only one who's not. And he's smart.
Well, and also, I mean, look who else is playing. Stanley Johnson. They just picked him up. Like you said,
that's
he's
a
young,
hardship. Yeah.
He's active. Yeah, so they are using these guys. That's just proof that the age is an issue. And even with LeBron, I mean, we all know how great he's playing. We've never seen this late in somebody's career. But if you look at the stats, you'll think, wow, he's playing as great as he ever has. No, because he doesn't do it defensively. Throughout the game, there's times he has to pace himself. You know, he's not impacting the game like he used to. He's playing great, but I'm just saying you can get fooled by the numbers to think he's as good as he was 10 years ago. And he's not. Remember, they're playing at a faster pace than they have in a long time than LeBron usually plays at. So he's getting more possessions, and more of his shots are three-pointers. So those are some reasons that the numbers are up and looking really good, but he's not impacting the game like he did, say, in 2016 or 2017.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be fooled to think LeBron is still, like, at his best just because the numbers look great.
Yeah, give him Kyrie. Give him somebody that can give him 25 on a nightly basis like Kyrie could in 16 and 17 and see what those numbers look like.
He handpicked Russell Westbrook. He
Okay.
wanted him. Okay.
What do we say?
You made your bed. You got to lie in it.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna get a new bed then.
Okay. You should. You better.
But that's what you're supposed to do, though, right? Just like you said, you picked them up. This is what happened. So you got to just commit to it, right? If you don't like it, then you make some moves. You figure it out. But now at this point, who's gonna want Westbrook, which is crazy, especially his fucking contract, which is ridiculous, right? So I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody. Listen, I get it. You're doing your thing. You're pulling your weight now, right? But you got to come to realize, like, bro, this you need young defenders, man. You need these guys who could just spot up 3 shooters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all you need them to do is, I mean, driving to the basket. I mean, I think, you know, especially young guys who definitely love to attack, they would do it. But you got to find those who are willing to just play defense. If you're not, and they are, I'm just saying, but defense is part of the game too. Not just at the end of the fourth quarter. It's throughout the whole game. You play defense throughout the game is going to make it harder for the other team to score, meaning that the more you guys score, the less they score, the more opportunities you guys have to fucking win the game. So when you're giving up points, easy buckets, and y'all just going back and forth, just trading buckets, that's not going to win you the game, because at the end of the day, you're too tired for the fourth quarter to close it out. You know what I'm saying? And you can't rely on anybody else, right? And technically, if you're the greatest of all time, fuck that. You want that moment. You want to take in charge of the fourth quarter and take control and finish the game, close the game, seal it. You know what I'm saying? But this is how he plays. This is what they're doing, and it's not gonna work. So, but it is what it is, like, right? So, but other than that, let's see who plays tonight. Let me make my picks. So Philly versus Brooklyn. Going with Brooklyn. Milwaukee, Orlando, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Washington, Cleveland, Golden State, and Denver, Golden State. Those are my picks. And then for tomorrow, I'll do this quickly. Boston, Phoenix, Chicago over Indiana, going with Dallas over Sacramento, Miami over Houston. Ooh, this should be a good one. I'm gonna go. Damn, if it's at Cleveland, let's go with Cleveland. They've been doing their thing. So Cleveland over in Atlanta. I'm gonna go with Toronto at home. I'll go with Toronto. San Antonio, Memphis. I'm going with Memphis. If they had a hot game, well, John Moran was hot. OKC, I'm going with New York to be OKC. If OKC beat New York, I don't know what's going on with New York. Minnesota and Utah. I'm going to go with Utah. Portland and Lakers. Listen, I don't... Man, I hate this because, like, I want the Lakers to win, but the way they've been playing is just ridiculous, and everybody's on them. I'm one of them. But I know Portland is going through their things as well, so injuries and stuff like that. So are the Lakers, but there's no way in hell the Lakers are losing another one. If they lose another one, that's what? 7? They won, what? 1 in the last 7 games? So, yeah, they got to win. They got to win, man. If they don't win, there's some problems. There's some situations, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I post my videos on YouTube, so once I'm done with the live, so if you guys don't catch me, you guys can catch a couple videos there. Again, I try to come up with clips here and there, so you guys don't have to watch the whole video. You guys can catch certain clips and shit like that. But again, I'm hoping that you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, I could be on tomorrow. If not, Happy New Year's to everybody. Make sure you stay safe. Make sure you don't drink too much if you're old enough to drink. If you're not old enough to drink, just drink some quality H2O. That's really good for you. But then, again, stay safe, and be good to one another. And if you got a new year, if you got some plans for the new year, hey, let me know what those are, so I can motivate you so you can accomplish those. I have some too. Just gonna keep on the grind, man, and just hope for the best for myself, for my family, and for my friends, so we can, support each other and take care of one another, because that's the goal. The goal is to, be safe, be healthy, and make sure that each one of us stay safe and take care of one another and make sure that we're okay, because you don't know what somebody's going through. So again, I want to appreciate everybody who came through in the chat, in the live, or who's watching my video. Thank you. And hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and a happy New Year's. Thank you.